Mullen, thanks for coming.
Madam President, so what's the plan?
Congress is authorizing a special zero-day commission, hunting down anyone who aided and abetted this horrific attack.
You're just gonna grab people off the streets without warrants.
Actually, you are.
What zero day has made you question or reflect on?
Of course, I would say maybe the ambitions of those who are in a position of service and power, question their ambitions and motives behind the scene as opposed to just face value, which I would assume would be for, the common good and benefit. But there seems like there's so many, things that come into play. In the series, we show that there's a collision between, tech moguls and the government and the political activists. So it's that I think has made me question how it will continue to play out.
I don't think we survived that.
How do you see politics now that you've shot Zero Day?
Thanks to our writers, thankfully or not. Probably not, scales have removed from my eyes, and they spent a lot of time in the trenches there. So, coming away with this new knowledge and awareness, I'm on the edge of my seats, in life. Yeah.
So one of the best things for me of Zero Day is to see a woman sitting at the Oval Office and a Black woman sitting at the Oval Office.
Yes.
Do you think we're ever going to see that in real life?
How? Well, it seems like it's going to take us a little bit more time before we get to that, but I think it's quite possible, and we continue to hold out hope. Absolutely.
Why is it that men are so afraid of women in power?
That will do a better job, I think. No one wants to lose their position, If you have the top seat, you always want to maintain that top seat. And I think that, that's just a part of human nature. But a woman president should be applauded, Absolutely accepted.
What were the challenges of this role of President Mitchell?
Well, I would, just as an actor, I think the challenges is that the material is very, very dense, very multi-layered. And that was a benefit. That actually is wonderful. It's wonderful to have that, have that to work with. I guess a challenge in the making of, because it's a 6-part series, that's also a benefit because you get more times with the character and in the world for it to open up and take its time, take all the time that it needs. But also in the making of it, you have so much material and ground to cover, and you're doing it all out of sequence. So with all this, depth of material, it's like, where am I at any given moment? So it's very rich, but it takes another level of concentration. So it's great to have. It was magnificent and very important, I think, for us to have Leslie Linker Glatter, just one director, who was sort of overseeing and oversaw and held this world, as opposed to multiple directors, which is something that you usually get. So it was just divine. It was perfect that way, because it's a lot as you watch it. I mean, you may have to watch it 2 times because you might miss a couple of things.
I'm pretty sure you get a lot of offers. How do you choose your roles?
Well, you know what? I like that. I like that it looks like I get a lot of offers, or maybe I'm just, or maybe, I need to just appreciate all that I do get and don't be so greedy for more. But, such is an actor's life. It's always more. It gives me more characters, more work, more opportunity, more, more time on the stage. But how do I decide if it's something new, an arena that's different for me? And this whole genre, political thriller, absolutely was that. Will I get a chance to grow working with a new director, or do I have an opportunity to work with actors whose work I admire in the past? But yeah, ultimately it does come down to the script. That's first and foremost. That something's on the page that's of value. It's an idea that I don't mind, cogitating on, thinking on, working on, spending, days and nights, giving energy to. It's something in my spirit, about, that I think it will, let's think about this. Or this is an idea a sentiment that I think's worthy to be, in the atmosphere. So that's how I generally make my decisions about whether to say yes or no. Sometimes that by page 30. It's like, or it compels you to keep going, to see what the end will run on to the end.
Finally, Angela, and I need you to be 100% honest with me. If
I can.
You will. Please. If today, for some strange reason, you were offered the presidency of the United States, would you take it?
No. No. You can't turn that off. That's 24/7, I know they can fly and, they can get through traffic and they do all these things, but, the gray hairs do come. It's an office that the stress is real, and we actually can see it. We actually see it in our leaders. Well, some of them. Most of them.
Cine, música, series, libros, teatro, artes plásticas, gastronomía, todo el mundo de la cultura y el entretenimiento aquí en El Tiempo. Suscríbase al canal de YouTube del Tiempo, que además es gratis, y le mandamos notificaciones de nuevos videos.